Kirk Lippo, the former USS Cole commander. Commander, always good having you. I know it's kind of scant information to go on. I apologize. So we're trying to make sure of what we do know, and that these attacks are on. Don't know how widespread, don't know how many, don't know their severity, just that they're on. What do you think of them?
Well, first thing I would say, Neil, is thank you for having me on the show, especially in this developing news environment. But when you look at it, we in the military refer to something called operational security, or OpSec. With the Biden administration so clearly telegraphing this to Iran and the proxy groups throughout the region, it has given them an opportunity to move their people. All the Iranian Republican Guard Corps members are essentially out of Syria and back in Iran proper. It has given our enemies an opportunity to move their weapons, to move their command and control and shift it, to move personnel out of the way. So in effect, while trying to contain this so that it does not expand at a larger regional, we're conducting strikes that ultimately will prove not only ineffective, but in fact, give our enemy some idea of how we intend to conduct operations in the future. That's a more dangerous precedent to have set.
Major campaign now underway by the Americans. We understand that they have hit 85 targets in Syria and in Iraq using 125 precision weapons, using long-range bombers, in some cases flown from the United States, to do this attack. We are getting reports from official and unofficial sources here in Iraq and also in Syria. Let me quickly tell you what we are hearing. Attacks in the eastern province in Syria of Deir ez-Zor. The Americans have hit 2 cities there, Mayadeen and El Bu Kamal. They have also hit the western region of Iraq, Anbar province as well. There are reports now coming through of fatalities and injuries, at least 10 militia members, some of those non-Syrian, now being reported by Syrian state media. This is clearly a very serious attack. It's clearly the beginning of what is a new phase in this regional conflict, a conflict that began in Gaza on October 7th. This is a new phase, a dangerous new phase for everybody involved. It's a calculated response from the Americans, really important to say that. They've had 6 days to think about this attack, that since the strike by an Iran-backed militia on Post 22, Tower 22 in Jordan. The Americans have had time to think about this. They've had time to choose their targets. They've had time to think about the message that each target, each attack sends. And here in Iraq, a great deal of anxiety has been caused, paranoia as well. Those 6 days also giving time for members of these militias, senior members of these militias. It's given them time to hide, also to hide their weapons and their arsenal. But make no doubt about it, this is a major new escalation in this regional campaign, this regional conflict.